Hey everybody, E30Birdie here, and I just want to do a quick review of this keyboard. This is the MX Board 3.0 from Cherry, and when it came in the package, all that came with it was the keyboard and the cable, basically. Manuals and all the normal stuff you would expect. The thing that wasn't included, which is worth its weight in gold, and I wish Cherry would provide this with every keyboard, is the armrest. I personally cannot play without an armrest. I don't feel comfortable. I do a lot of gaming, as people can see on my Battlefield 3, SimCity. I've put hours over hours into games. Um, that's what I do when I get home from work, and just want to calm down. As you can see, this is the Cherry MX Board 3.0 with the red switches. That's why I took out the M key. This is a German layout, which is working great. Thank God Cherry brought this to Germany. As in the rest of the world, this was actually supposed to be only made for Asia, and Cherry had so many requests to make this board that they decided to bring it to the rest of the world, which is a plus because I would have never used it if one of my friends wouldn't have told me about it. And I've been using a Team Thermaltake keyboard. It's like €150 keyboard. It's just as solid. It's just as great, but it has MX black switches. What I like better about this keyboard is that a few of the keys light up. I actually do prefer keyboards that light up all the way. Um, I don't know why. It's just like this thing that my hands work better that way. Even though I know where all the keys are and I can type great, it's just I like it that way better. I usually game in low light conditions, which usually sometimes you miss a key and you're like you have to re-look down and find that key. Um what I love about this board is it weighs not too much and not too little. It's just right, so it gives you that stability of staying in place. Also, due to the back with these huge sliders, the rubber things on the lift ups. Then it has rubber pieces everywhere else on the keyboard and on this armrest, so it's not going to move anywhere. Um, I actually really like the fact that it stays in place. I like the fact that it has weight to it because usually weight means that it's worth something. There's quality in it, and this thing is actually really quality. I first used it, and oh my god, I hated this keyboard. I hated low rise keys. I've never used low rise keys. I've always used high rise on my G19, um, G15, and all the other keyboards I've owned. My Team Thermaltake is high rise keys, and I did love it till I got these MX red switches. This low rise just makes it a lot easier for me to type. It's not a typical gamer keyboard though, as most would see, because it doesn't have 10,000 macro keys. It doesn't have all these light ups on it. But you know what? It's probably more solid than half of those keyboards you guys are using. The cool thing is, but what wasn't with the keyboard is another thing I would ask Cherry to put with it is the software. The software, the Keyman software, you actually have to find it on their site, and it took me like 3 days to find it. It's called the Cherry Keyboard Manager, in case anybody has it and is looking to find the software. But what you can do with the Keyman software is you can program any key on this keyboard to do whatever you want. So I have my F9, F10, 11 to open a few programs I use every day. My minus plus and my mute keys I don't need because I have a Logitech Z5500 system, and I have the little turn knob right here, or I just grabbed the remote. So I use those for macros in my games. I play World of Warcraft, Battlefield 3, SimCity. I play them all. Um, there's not really much negative to say about this other than that the armrest does not come with it and the software does not come with it. Those are two huge minus points in my book, but that is because every other company offers a armrest with the keyboard and they have the software with the keyboard. Or just make it easier to find on your guys' homepage. Then it would also help people a lot. Other than that, it's great. It's holding up well. I can't wait to see if Cherry releases any other products because this is my first Cherry product, and I know the switches are well known because of they're in Razer products. They use the MX Blues. Team Thermaltake uses the reds and blacks. Cherry, the awesome thing is you can get any switch you want in this keyboard. You want MX Brown, MX Black, MX Red, MX Blue, whatever you want. You can actually custom have whatever switch you want, which I think is the most awesome thing about the company, is personalizing that keyboard to match you. Some people like a key that's harder to press, some people like the click, and this is about the best way to go. It doesn't have all these macro keys, but who needs it when, like, if I'm in a game and I don't need F5 through F12, I can make macros for all those, like to mount up on my mount, to like people used to have the macros to dolphin dive on Battlefield 2, you know? You don't need all that. You have it, you can program any key to do whatever you want. So and other than that, I use a Razer, I use a Logitech G600 because my Razer Nagas kept breaking, and this is holding up well. Yeah, so all in all, it's a great keyboard. I would recommend it to anybody over any of the gamer keyboards out there because price-wise, this thing is money. I mean, I think it's around 70 euro, 70, 80 euro on the European side. Great price because I have a keyboard sitting down here that, wow, has a few macro keys and whatever. It costs 150 and I just don't see a difference. I can turn off the Windows key on this one too. It has anti-ghosting. It has it all. And people just don't know about the product. All in all, I recommend it. I give my 5 stars for this keyboard. Try it out. If you don't like it, return it to the store. But I promise you, it is probably one of the best keyboards out there. Other than that, I did want to say, if you like high-rise keys better, I think the MX Board 2.0 actually has those high-rise keys. So maybe check out that MX Board 2.0. Let's see what Cherry has coming for us in the future, and we'll go from there.